True compassion doesn't deplete you. It restores you. It allows you to care deeply, stay present, and spread kindness without losing yourself in this process. And each time you honor your own needs while showing up for others, you reclaim a piece of your energy. And each time you say no with clarity and kindness, you protect your heart and help others learn accountability. And each time you resist the urge to rescue someone who is stuck in a victim story, you are showing them and yourself the power of authentic love. Welcome to Soul Time, a show that explores the world of unlocking your unique potential. My name is Dr. Katja Makowka, and I'm a teacher at school, a former teacher at universities, and a stress and mental coach. And I'm your host. Most of us were taught from an early age that being a good person meant being nice. Don't upset others, don't say no, don't let anyone feel uncomfortable. And on the surface, that sounds like a beautiful way to live. Of course, we want to be kind and compassionate. And the world needs more of that, for sure. But somewhere along the way, that message got twisted. Instead of compassion being about connection and understanding, it became about compliance. We started believing that compassion means saying yes, even when we don't want to, and fixing problems that aren't ours to fix, and carrying emotions and responsibilities that were never ours to carry. And the more we did it, the more it felt like the right thing, because we were praised for it. You are so nice. You are always there for everyone. You never say no. But here is the thing. If compassion always comes at the expense of your own well-being, it's not compassion anymore. It's self-abandonment. And this is the myth we are breaking today. The idea that being compassionate means being endlessly available, endlessly agreeable, endlessly selfless. True compassion is rooted in love, but also in clarity. It allows you to care deeply for others without erasing yourself in this process. So why did this myth take root so deeply? Part of it comes from how most of us were raised. Think about childhood. When you were polite, agreeable, and helpful, you were praised. When you spoke up, disagreed, or set a limit, you might have been told you were difficult, selfish, or even mean. And little by little, many of us learned that love and approval came with conditions. And one of those conditions was to keep other people comfortable. So we became experts at smoothing things over, keeping the peace and putting others first. And here is where it gets tricky. It worked. We got the praise, we got the approval, we avoided conflict, but the cost was high because the more we tied our sense of worth to being the good one, the more we started abandoning our own needs just to maintain that image. We said yes when we were exhausted. We forgave too quickly, even when trust wasn't rebuilt. We took responsibility for other people's emotions and decisions and happiness as if it was our job to keep everyone okay. This is where compassion starts to turn into compliance, where kindness stops being a free choice and becomes a survival strategy. And when that happens, resentment and burnout aren't far behind. And this is where we need to pause and ask, if compassion has turned into compliance, what does real compassion look like? Here is the truth. Real compassion doesn't mean rushing in to fix everything. It doesn't mean rescuing people from the consequences of their choices. And it definitely doesn't mean you have to burn yourself out just to keep everyone happy. True compassion is about presence, not performance. It's the ability to sit with someone in their pain without taking it all on as your own. It's saying, I see you, I care about you, and I trust you enough to let you face your own journey. And that last part is key. Trusting people enough to let them be uncomfortable. Because here is what happens when we step into rescue mode every time. We prevent others from growing their own resilience. We teach them that we will carry the weight for them, which means they never have to learn to carry it themselves. And we slowly disappear under the load we were never meant to hold. And there is another piece we don't talk about enough. When we people please in the name of compassion, we can actually feed someone's victim mentality. We reinforce the idea that they are powerless, that the world must bend around their pain. But kindness isn't about saying yes to every story someone has created about their struggle. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is to say no, to hold up a mirror, or to step back so they can find their own strength. This is why learning to step back is actually a deeper form of love. You are saying, I believe you are capable. I don't need to save you to prove that I care. And this shift is where we begin to reclaim our own energy and our own life without closing our heart. So, how do we actually do this? Care deeply without carrying it all. This is where compassionate boundaries come in. Boundaries aren't walls to keep people out. They are doors that let you decide what and who gets access to your time, your energy, and your heart. A compassionate boundary might sound like, I care about what you are going through, but I can't talk about it every night. Or, I understand you are upset, but I won't let you speak to me that way. I would love to help, but I can't take this on right now. Notice something about those examples. They are clear, kind, and firm. They don't attack the other person, but they also don't abandon your needs. And here is an important piece. Sometimes the person you are setting a boundary with is stuck in victim mode. They may expect you to rescue them, carry their emotions, or fix their problems because they have grown comfortable in that story. When this happens, don't try to save them. That reinforces the victim mentality. Stay compassionate, but stay firm. You can't acknowledge their pain without taking responsibility for it. And remember, their growth and responsibility belong to them, not to you. Setting boundaries can feel scary at first. And if you are used to saying yes all the time, the first no might feel like a betrayal, both to them and to your old self. But every boundary you set is an act of love. It's saying, I care about you enough to show up honestly, and I care about myself enough to stay healthy. Boundaries let you stay in relationships without losing yourself. And they give you space to show up with a full heart, not a depleted one. And when people are stuck in victim mode, your boundaries actually help them learn to step into their own power without you carrying it for them. And now that we have explored the myth, the boundaries, and how to handle those stuck in victim mode, let's bring it all together. True compassion doesn't deplete you. It restores you. It allows you to care deeply, stay present, and speak and spread kindness without losing yourself in this process. And each time you honor your own needs while showing up for others, you reclaim a piece of your energy. And each time you say no with clarity and kindness, you protect your heart and help others learn accountability. And each time you resist the urge to rescue someone who is stuck in a victim story, you are showing them and yourself the power of authentic love. Practical ways to embody this are, for example, notice when your yes is really a reaction to guilt or fear. Take a breath before responding to requests that feel draining. And remind yourself, carrying doesn't mean carrying the weight of everyone else's choices. And then celebrate the moments you show up with love and integrity, even if it's uncomfortable. And here is a reflection for this week. Ask yourself in challenging interactions, am I helping out of love, or am I rescuing from fear? Am I protecting my energy while showing care, or am I giving my power away? How can I respond in a way that honors both their humanity and mine? Because here is the bottom line. When you practice compassion with boundaries, you model a new way of being in the world. You show that love isn't weak. You show that kindness isn't naive. You show that caring for others starts with caring for yourself. And that's the most radical, transformative kind of compassion. Welcome to Soul Time, a show that explores the world of unlocking your unique potential. My name is Dr. Katja Makowka, and I'm a teacher at school, a former teacher at universities, and a stress and mental coach. And I'm your host.